Good evening, everyone. This is the AC Milan Fans Club Nigeria, and as we all know, we come every week to discuss about everything AC Milan. Today, we have a new guest amongst us, a very big top Milan fan, Kelechi, and as usual, we have Duke, Santiago, and myself, Landon. It's good to have you guys on board. Just to say
Nice
hi
to be
to
here.
every one of you.
Thank you.
Kelechi,
Thank
how are
you
you doing
for
today?
having me. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Nice to put a face to all your Twitter handle.
Yeah, Santiago, how are you doing?
We thank God. It has been a fruitful week.
Okay, so quick one. We'll start with our last match against Roma. We won 3-0. And if I remember clearly, everyone on the last podcast, sorry, 1-0. Sorry about that. 1-0. 1-0. And everyone on the last podcast, we all said we'll be very lucky to get a draw. If everybody, we predicted that Roma will win. So I'll start with Duke. So what's your take about the last match? What do you think went well? What went bad? What's your take generally about the last match?
Yeah, so for me, it was a rather strange match because from the beginning of the game, in the first 20-25 minutes or first 30 minutes, we looked like a team that could not even play football at all. Every single attack from Roma was directed towards goal, and we were very lucky that they were also very wasteful. But one thing that stood out, aside from Roma's wastefulness, was the structure of the team, how compact we are collectively. And then also, we still have a goal scoring problem, which became very evident in the second half. We created chances upon chances, but we could not score more than just the single goal. So the takeout for me is the solidity of the team, structure-wise, in terms of defending, and also there is still a very big goal scoring problem for the team. All in all, a wonderful win takes us very close against the top of the table. So I'm excited about the game coming up this weekend.
Thank you so much, Duke. I'll take a cue from what you just said. So Kelechi, Duke. Yeah, so Duke just gave us his own take about the last match, very exciting match. And he spoke specifically to say that we didn't take our chances. That has been something that has been a significant issue with Milan, looking at the chances we create and our conversion rate. What would you say it's the reason why we are having this problem as at match day 9, correct? I think we are match day 9.
Yeah.
And so we are still having that issue. What is your take about that? Yeah, no, the next match should be 10.
Okay.
So let's hear from you.
If you guys remember vividly, you remember that Allegri was so much interested in certain kind of players in the market, and this was after some training session with the team. He wanted a real striker. Let me use that word without being disrespectful to Jimenez, but he wanted Vlahovic. He wanted some certain kind of strikers. Also, he wanted a midfielder, which he got in Rabiot, but he was chasing a particular striker because he wasn't confident in the kind of strikers we had, or the kind of goals, the people he was hoping to get his goals from. Reason why we are now in this situation where he's trying to make Leao look like a top 9, forcing Leao to play that position. So for me, I think that as much as a lot of us are skeptical about the Allegri style, one thing we will all agree is that we create chances, but there's nobody there to take those chances. So it's just simple. We need a striker. We need somebody at the end of all those chances created to finish it. Unfortunately for us, the man who is always at the end of most of those chances is actually for Fofana, and that's why he's getting the sticks. As much as he's playing very well, he's doing his job. I would still say he's running into those spaces, those channels, but he doesn't have the quality to finish our chances. And that's one of the problems we're facing. So for me, it's just we need a striker. If we don't get a striker, we'll still be in this mess.
Thank you so much, Kelechi. I think I strongly agree with you. And I know on the last podcast, it was also mentioned that we need a striker. But we'll come to all that. Duke, speaking on chance creation, what do you think we could do differently? Or what's your take? Is it our style of play? Is it the personnel that we have on pitch, right? Or is it these players not adapting? Yeah, I know you've talked about we not converting our chances and all that. But why do you? What do you think we could do differently in terms of having to convert?
First and first, I don't think that we have a chance creation problem. Because on a game-by-game basis, we are creating quality chances. We are creating chances that are easier to miss than to score. That's how good our chances are. Just look at the
So
Roma
that
game
so
for
so
example.
so that
So
would
the,
speak to creation of chances, but not.
exactly. So yeah,
Okay.
so for goal scoring, I think just a profile of the players. It's not a team issue. There are certain players that are not just natural born goal scorers, right? So this is the major reason why they are strikers and they are wingers by profession. In our team right now, we only have one out and out striker by design, who is terribly misfiring. 0 goals from 9 or 10 league games. So I think it's a matter of profile of players, right? So we just need an actual player that can actually finish chances when chances fall to them. In the first half of the season, when we were playing with Pulisic, we saw how clinical he was in front of goal. So we just need a profile like that can get 4 chances, score 2 or 3 of them. But right now, most of the players that we have in attack are guys that will get 4 chances and not even score one. It's just a matter of player profile. This is the reason why Allegri was going after Vlahovic, even if I don't believe Vlahovic is the right profile for us. But the idea was is just to get that actual striker that can finish chances. So it's a matter of profile, not really a matter of the team or a system issue. We are creating enough chances, which is something that should concern us on a team perspective. But chances are coming. The goal scoring is where we are lacking. Majorly, it's just a player profile issue.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So and let me speak to that. Yeah, I think I do agree. I will also take a cue from Kelechi. If you look at it, Allegri was specific in his player request in those player wanted. Okay, so just share us. So just okay, just share your thoughts with us on Milan and Roma. What's your take about our last match?
I think Milan played very well. Players like Pavlovic, De Winter, Rafael Leao, Salemakas, and even Fofana. I think where Fofana just got it wrong is that for Fofana, I don't think Fofana makes quality decisions whenever he gets chances. He tried with his energy to push the Roma players back. But I think Fofana should be able to make better decisions going forward, and also awareness. His awareness is quite low for a player with that kind of energy. He seems to have very, very low awareness, especially with that free kick that he made against Roma that led to the penalty. I think for a player of that caliber at that age, you should not be making those kind of mistakes. Those mistakes are for rookies. But hopefully, thankfully, Magna made the save, and Milan got all 3 points. That's my take on the game.
Thank you so much. Speaking of awareness, I have noticed something. It's been a major problem. He reacts very slow to things.
So yeah.
Yeah, used to be this person I know. When you ask him a question, so I'm trying to relate it to Fofana. When you ask him a question, he has to take some seconds, like a deep breath, to think. So when he now thinks, then he will now respond to what you are saying. That's the kind of vibe I get from. Sometimes you will see that they've already moved the ball and are about scoring
Ah,
us. That's
do you
Fofana
understand?
is now
And before he now
realizing that
started
he has to
realizing
go and.
that against Atalanta, the same thing happened.
So
Against
I'm
Juve, the
the
same
same
thing
thing
happened.
happened. Somebody asked him to go
So
and cover
I think to go and cover.
before Fofana would even realize that he has to go and
He has
cover.
to go and cover.
They've
So
given the ball to Lookman, and so it's a
like
major. This thing has been happening since last season. I don't understand. Quickly, every one of us will speak on the transfer window. We're already at the tail end of the year, and then we know we are coming to the January transfer window. What's our take? Like, we've talked about it, but let's just, if we have maybe players in mind, what do we think we need to do in January transfer window? Let's advise. For me, I say let's advise Allegri what we want him to do come Allegri, Tare, and Fuliani, what we want them to do call January transfer window. Kilisha can give us your take on that.
So
Okay.
this is what I think Milan has to invest in the team. By January, it's almost half of the league season, and from what we have seen so much, Milan is struggling in some areas. One of those areas is in attack, where we don't have a striker. Now it's up to Milan to decide: do we go for a loan and then next season buy a striker who would start a new project with, or do we do the same thing we did with Jimenez? You know, go out there, get a young player, and hope that even next 3 to 4 months not the league and then become the big thing for us in the next season. But the problem is that we have a striking problem. We have to invest in that area. We can't survive the full season with Jimenez and Nkunku. Nkunku is not Nkunku was not what we needed. He was just a statement buy. We wanted to show that we could get a big name in the transfer window.
Duke, I hope you are with us.
You know, it's it was a statement buy. Nkunku wasn't what we needed. He was just a statement buy. And because why I'm saying this is not that Nkunku is not a player, but Nkunku was not bought to deputize for Diao. He was bought to compete with Jimenez, which we all know Nkunku is not a top 9. So that's where I think Milan has to go. But I'll not lie to you. There's nobody out there that's really in my mind. I think football itself is struggling from consistency in certain positions. And one of those positions is the number 9 position. It's either you are Haaland or you are Mbappe or you are Kane or you're Osimhen. I think those are the only 4 top 9s right now in the world that I will tell you that have been consistent. Others are either doing it today or not doing it tomorrow. To see a player like Isaac. He was supposed to go into Liverpool and gel immediately. Isaac is firing blanks. It's not even. I'm not sure he has woken up to the new season. Seems like he's just starting his own preseason when the season is going into week 9 or 10. You know. So, there are no names for me. I just hope. Well, I wish we had someone. Allegri was Wenger. I would have said, let's go into our youth system and go and ginger one young boy. You know, and see what the young boy would do till the end of the season. But there are no names there. We might have to continue, or they might do what they always wanted to do, which is go get the guy from Roma and send Jimenez away. I saw a quote somewhere where it was like Jimenez has up to January to impress the hierarchy in Milan. So for me, I just think we need a striker. The squad is okay. The squad is okay to my personal target, which is top 4, not to win the league. So I think what is okay.
Okay. So Duke, let's hear from you.
Yeah, quickly for me, I would only pick 2 positions. For me, it's the defense. We need to get at least one more defender. I mentioned it last week on last week's podcast.
You said
we have only 3 centre backs.
You've been very consistent with that.
After these 3 centre backs, we have Devinta and then we have Odogu, who has not been tested at the highest levels. Should in case we suffer any kind of injuries that we suffered in the midfield, in the defense, we will be very, 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 very short-handed and short-staffed. So I think we still need to get one more defender. It's a no-brainer that the attack needs to be sorted. We need to get a striker that can actually score goals. Even if there are not so many names right now in the game that are like out and out strikers that we can buy, that we can afford, apart from the names that Felicia already mentioned. I mentioned last week that most people will not agree with me, but I see a vision with Musa King from Fiorentina. It might not get us 30, 40 goals, but it would enable us to score more goals. It will bring others into play. We are really suffering a lot with Santiago Jimenez. Aside from him not scoring goals, he's not able to retain the ball. He's not able to bring the team into play as well. He does not have any odor play. He cannot do anything. So players like Leao are not even benefiting off playing with Jimenez. A player like Pulisic are not benefiting off playing with Jimenez. But when Leao and Pulisic plays together, you can see that they can exchange the passes, they can run in behind defenses because they know that they can find each other. But with Jimenez, once the ball gets to him, the play stops. Practically, those are the 2 areas for me that I think is a no-brainer that we need to fix in January.
I said basically you always find him amongst other players. I don't even understand. You never find him in positions and goal scoring positions and all that. So quickly, let's take our last section, which is the Parma game, and we can also touch on the derby that is coming up. This will be Allegri's first derby on his return back to Milan. So the Parma game, I'll start with Duke, then I'll go with Santiago, then we'll end with Kelechi. So Duke, what are you looking forward to for the Parma game? Let's just give us a brief of what you think the outlook could be like for the derby.
To be honest, I think that the way our season has gone, it has been a tale of 2, how do I put it, 2 stories. We've always held our own against the top sides, and then we've really struggled against relegation sides. The teams that have come from relegation, which Parma is not one of them. To be very clear, we've beaten Udinese, we've beaten Bologna, we've beaten quite a number of teams. So I think Parma falls into the category of the Udinese, and I think that they will also get the same treatment that Udinese got. which means that they are going to get beaten this weekend, and they will get beaten properly.
Do you have any prediction in mind?
For me, I do not see them scoring a goal this weekend.
Okay.
I don't see them scoring a goal. I see Milan winning 2-0, or at worst 1-0. The major highlight for me is Pulisic's return to the team. He returned to group training already today, which means they will be available either from the start or off the bench. So it's a very big plus for us. And as for the derby, the Milan derby, all I need for the derby is for Rabiot to be fit. Once Rabiot is fit for that derby and I have Pulisic back for that derby, trust me, I'm not going into that game scared of Inter Milan. It's a derby match. It can go either ways. We could win, we could draw, we could lose. Yeah. But I'm not going into that game thinking that Inter Milan has the upper hand, because they don't. They don't.
Thank you very much, Duke. I think I share a lot of what you, like you said, like you rightly said, we struggled against relegation team. I don't know if it's because we underrate them.
I think so.
Can't.
I agree with you.
Yeah. So because even our approach to the game, for instance, even Roma, there were times where we go off, Roma will be the better side. But even when we take it to them, you can see the intensity. Do you understand? We are bringing to them. But with relegation team, it's just like from the moment we start to the end, we are off.
Exactly.
It's another. So Kelechi, let's hear from you. What are you looking forward to for the Parma match? And just give us a glimpse of what you think the devil will be like. Just speak to us quickly.
So, first of all, I would say that I'm looking forward to our players. I think it's going to be a hit at Milan. I want to see him play. I had to travel 8 hours going and coming just to go see if he was play against Chelsea when they came there, just to have the glimpse of who he was. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't know why we are not revving with that, but that we are making out. So we beat the big teams and struggle with the smaller teams. That's what I mean. So I would approach the Parma game with a bit of caution. I don't know why we do that. It's the confidence or something. So when we seem to win the team just drop. So I'm not smiting my brain. And this is just deja vu here, because we've just beaten Roma. The spirit is high in camp, and we might just go into that game being so confident. So I think I'm a cautious approach. See, I don't mind if Milan goes on to win games 1-0, 1-0 for Allegri's first season, for us to just use the word survive this season and have an identity and have an idea of what Allegri's second coming will look like. Back to where we used to be. I think we need to review a lot of things. So for me, it's just that continuity that we're looking forward to. It's coming after the international break, which for me it's art for the players, because at that time expect out of anything against it. We'll just enjoy the game as a derby, and if we win, I will shout woohoo! If we don't win,
okay, very well said, Kelechi.
Sorry, tell Santi that should forgive the players.
Thank you very much, Kelechi. So what do you think the Parma game is going to look like? And just give us a glimpse of what you think the derby should be like. Kelechi also said it's after the international break, so we hope to have gotten everybody back. I'm sure a lot of our guys are not even going for international football. Like Pulisic is going to
yes.
Thank you, Jesus.
Pulisic, Rabiot
will definitely not be going. Thank you, Jesus.
And we know that Leao will not be starting, so no problems.
I think Milan has also done well to negotiate with the United States team about Pulisic going forward. That inconsequential matches, Pulisic will no more be picked for them. For the safety of the player and also for subsequent injuries, because Pulisic has a history of having muscular injuries. I think the Parma game.
Quickly speak to the Parma.
Yes, I think the Parma game is winnable. But Milan, we just need to take our chances. Milan this season has created one of the most chances in the Serie A. but we've not taken half of them with inexplicable misses by Jimenez, Fofana, and other players. Like the last game against Roma, Milan should have been 4-4, but we were 1-0 up, and a penalty arose. Save for Magnan's heroics against Dybala, Milan would have just drawn that game and lost 2 points. So if we can just take our chances, Milan will beat any team, and also Parma that will come. For the derby de Madonnina against Inter Milan, I think Milan will also beat Inter Milan. Inter Milan, they are playing well, but teams are creeping into their back, especially their defense this season. I don't know how Chivu will do it, but I think Milan should have just that quality to beat Inter Milan 2-1 also. But Parma should be a winnable game, maybe by 3-0 or 3-1. And Inter Milan also should also be a win after the international break.
So great having this analysis. So for me, Parma game, I'll be looking forward to a win. Honestly, like Kelechi said, a 1-0 win, even if we play 1-0 all through the entire season, is fine with me. Just give me the speed, so I don't have a problem. But I also want us to start taking our chances. It's very, very important that we do. And the derby, it's a derby, so it could go anyway. But I think we have a lot that's going for us. Number one, starting with our coach. Definitely the experience from our coach will definitely speak on that match. We can't take away that part of it. And for some funny reasons, I feel like our players will be fired up for that match. Yes, I don't know. So I believe strongly that we would come home with a win. Now, whatever the results will be for that match, I don't. Thank you so much, guys. Hope to have you for the next podcast. Talk about Milan as usual. Thank you so very much.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Lando,
thank
for
you so much.
hosting.
Thank you, Duke.
Thank you,
I look
Kelechi. Thank you, Sule.
Kelechi for coming to the podcast today.
Yes. Thank you. No problem. A lot of it. Okay, so that will be all for today. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, thank you so much.